24% sana ang nasave ng ating gobyerno. Ito po ay nagkakahalaga ng 1.6 billion. So, ito pong mga disqualified bidders ay sumali po ulit sa bidding. And worst, Madam Chair, they all qualified in the bidding, but the variance during the rebidding is only 1%, Madam Chair. The possible irregularity, the graft and corruption that is so patent in this bidding. Sa madaling sabi po, Madam Chair, rig po yung bidding. Probably there's an irregularity in the procurement and there are personalities involved at meron pong nangialam dito. Yun pong paniniwala ko. Kasi bakit kailangan pa kumuha ng tao from the office of the Vice President? Because the Filipino people deserves to know. Dahil pondo po ito ng taong bayan. Ang pondo po ito
Question is from the majority, Vice Chairperson, Representative Jill Bungalo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, Secretary Sani Angara and to the DepEd family. This is just a continuation of the topic of the Oversight Committee meeting held last July 23 of 2024. And I would like to emphasize the process on procurement, Madam Chair. Now, it was established, Madam Chair, that Department of Education is the only agency that has Undersecretary and Assistant Secretary for Procurement, which was created last 2023. Can we confirm that, Madam Chair?
Secretary.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And I'll understand if the good Secretary cannot respond to my questions because the content of my questions are situations that occurred or transpired last 2023. Now, can we also confirm that previously the procurement is under or was under the Undersecretary for Administration?
Yes, Your Honor, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Now, the reason why the creation of the Undersecretary and Assistant Secretary for Procurement was created basically is to fast track the procurement process. Would that be correct?
That would be correct, Your Honor.
Now, can we ask the Undersecretary for Procurement if he can share to us, to this committee, if there is indeed an improvement since we created these positions?
With your permission, Your Honor, Madam Chair, may we recognize Yusek Gerard Chan?
Yusek Chan, you recognize.
Yes, Madam Chair. Yes, there is a marked increase in the number of projects or the number of awards done before the procurement strand was created versus when it's already created.
So, Madam Chair, before, can we ask the good Undersecretary if sino po yung Undersecretary for Procurement?
Before, it was under the admin strand, as mentioned a while ago. So it was under the umbrella of the former USEC for admin.
Madam Chair, I'm asking for a name. Who is the Undersecretary for Procurement before?
Alain Pascua.
Alain Pascua. And before that, meron pa po
Sorry?
bang nag-handle ng USEC for
I'm
procurement?
sorry. I stand corrected. Wala pong USEC for procurement because the procurement is under the admin strand.
Since we are talking about procurement process, gusto ko na lang po tanungin, ang USEC ba for procurement and Assistant Secretary for Procurement, umuupo ba ito sa Bids and Award Committee?
Yes, in the past, DO creating the Bids and Awards Committee, yes, we sit in the Bids and Awards Committee.
So gusto ko po malaman, doon po sa Bids and Awards Committee, umupo ba sila dito po sa DepEd Computerization Program?
Yes, in the past, yes.
I asked that and I would like to raise this concern, Madam Chair, because in 2022, yung pong DepEd Computerization Program in the form of e-classrooms, ito po yung laptops, TV, and charging battery, ang budget po dito is approximately 8 billion pesos. Now, meron pong mga sumaling bidders, no? Dito po sa pag-procure ng laptops and etc. And this was bidded out by 16 lots, but only 2 lots passed with 1 bidder. Now my question is, can I ask for the list of the bidders who joined and participated in this bidding?
Yes, Madam Chair, we could provide you with a list of the people who joined in that meeting.
Now, because, Madam Chair, I have an information that out of the 16, 14 lakhs were rebidded because the bidders were disqualified. Ngayon, ang tanong po, Madam Chair, pwede po ba malaman ang mga rason kung bakit na-disqualify ito pong mga bidders na ito?
Yes, Madam Chair. At the time of that bidding, I was not part of the BAC at the time, but I was part of I am the USEC for procurement, so I do monitoring of the procurement. There are various reasons kung bakit nag-fail yung mga ibang lots na yon. Mostly, like all other bidding, yung mga failure to comply with certain submissions of documents, like kulang ng ganitong certification o kulang ng ganong mga documents. Kasi minsan, bidders usually omit mistakes in their submission of do sa bid envelope. So, yun po yung mga reasons usually, not only for this one but for all other biddings, usually yun po yung dahilan.
You mentioned that you were part of the bidding through monitoring. Correct?
Yes. If
So-
I'm not mistaken, I can't remember kasi I remember I wasn't yet part of the BAC at that
Okay,
time.
pwede mo ba sabihin sa committee ito, ano yung variance ng bidding nila during that time? Yung mga bidders. Yung variance ng amount.
Hindi ko po maano, but I could check the documents and submit po.
But Madam Chair, would like to request the DepEd family to produce and submit to this honorable committee the requested documents. But approximately, do you have in mind what is the approximate amount of the variance?
I cannot recall, Your Honor, about the variance. It's just that they submitted the bids and then
I asked that
Valid.
question, Madam Chair, because I have an information. During that bidding, ang variance po is 24%. If this is translated into cash, this will amount to 1.6 billion pesos. Napakalikay pong halaga. Now, ang sunod ko pong tanong, since nagkaroon po ng failure to bid, ano po ang sunod na nangyari? Nagkaroon po ba ng rebidding?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I have information, Madam Chair, na yung pong mga na-disqualify ng mga bidders na nabanggit mo na base doon sa mga sinubmit nila, incomplete documents, so nagkaroon po ng rebidding. Ngayon, ang impormasyon na nakarating po sa akin, ito pong mga disqualified bidders ay sumali po ulit sa bidding. And worst, Madam Chair, they all qualified in the bidding, but the variance during the rebidding is only 1%, Madam Chair. Nawala po yung 20% na supposedly na-save po ng gobyerno sa pag-procure po ng mga laptops. Can we know, bakit po yun nangyari?
What I can recall, Your Honor, kasi usually pag nagkakaroon ng rebid, not only in this one, as a general concept, pag nagkaroon po ng rebid, the bidders are able to correct their mistakes already. Kasi syempre, nakita na po nila yung pagkukulang nila, nakakapag-submit na sila kung ano yung kulang nung first round.
Yes, but we're talking the bidding of the laptop. So, this is specific. Gusto ko lang malaman. Kasi sayang yun eh. 24% sana ang na-save ng ating gobyerno. Ito po ay nagkakahalaga ng 1.6 billion. So, nung nagkaroon ng rebidding, naging 1% na lang yung variance. So, ano po yung nangyari?
Hindi ko po masabi or hindi ko po alam kung ano yung nangyari kasi po sa mga bidders po yon kung paano sila magbid. Ang aming pong role kasi is i-evaluate yung mga documents. So ang aking masasabi lang by way of, as a general concept is during the rebid, they are able to correct their mistakes. And during the rebid, sometimes prices might have changed. There are maybe many other factors. Let's say if it's imported, there are foreign exchange implications or sometimes customs duties and all that. Nagbabago-bago po. There are many factors po. Minsan logistics cost and all that. So yun po, I'm just answering based on theory kung ano po yung posibleng mga factors which will cause na during rebid nagbabago yung presyo at usually nagbabago rin po yung dokumento na sinasubmit po nila.
Okay, so nabanggit nyo kanina na you were monitoring of the bidding. Ngayon, pwede ko ba malaman sino po yung head of the procuring entity during the first bidding?
Ay. Yes, si Yusek Powa po yung ho po at the time.
Sino po?
Si Yusek, former Yusek Michael Powa.
No, prior to USEC POA, sino po yung originally assigned na head of the procuring entity during the first bidding? First bidding po ito,
Yes po.
First bidding.
Yes po, siya po yung during the...
Can you please check your records because I have an information that it was USEC Glo Mercado during the first bidding. Can we get a confirmation from the DepEd, Madam Chair? And if I may add, Madam Chair, may I also ask, who is the BAC chairman at that time during the first bidding? I want an answer from the DepEd family, Madam Chair.
Yes, we will be checking the record of the BAC kung sino po yung BAC at the time.
Yes, please. Can we do it as soon
Yes,
as
yes,
possible?
I'm doing it
ASAP?
now.
Thank you. While waiting for the answers, Madam Chair, I raise these concerns because probably there's an irregularity in the procurement and there are personalities involved at meron pong nangialam dito. Yun pong paniniwala ko. Kasi nagkaroon na po ng bidding, ang hindi ko po maintindihan bakit hindi natin tinuloy. Sayang po ng 1.6 billion na masisave po ng ating gobyerno kung sabihin na lamang natin na ang laptop is worth 100,000, ilang laptops na po ang mabibili nun? So I want answers, Madam Chair, from the Department of Education kung sino po yung mga personalidad during that time.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm having it retrieved, Your Honor.
Madam Chair, pwede ko na pong tulungan. I just want a confirmation from the DepEd. Ang back chairman during that time, if I'm not mistaken, it was ASEC Bringas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Correct? And the undersecretary for, the head of the procurement entity is, it was Yusek Glo Mercado. Correct?
I will double check about Yusek Glo, Your Honor. Kung siya po yung hope during the first bid versus yung sa rebid, I cannot recall kasi I'm checking, sir.
Okay, so assuming na
Yes,
subject to confirmation, ano po ba nangyari kay Yusek Mercado at doon po sa dating back chairman? Asan na po sila ngayon?
They're currently not connected with the department, Your Honor.
So nabanggit niyo po that they are not currently connected. Ang tanong ko po, sino ang pumalit doon po sa back chairman? Kay ASEC Bringas.
ASEC Bringas. Sorry, I'm checking, Your Honor.
Madam Chair, people come and go. We understand that. Pag may umalis, alam po natin kung sino yung pumalit. So, I don't know why it's very difficult on the part of the DepEd, especially on the officials, na during those times ay nandun po, no? Hindi po nila masagot directly and simple lang naman po yung tanong.
Your Honor, during the first bid, it is ASEC Bringas who was the chair. And during the rebid na minention po ninyo, it's also ASEC Bringas who is the chair.
Okay, so settled na po tayo doon,
Opo,
ano?
opo.
Now, again, si Yusek Glo Mercado is no longer connected with DepEd,
Opo,
correct?
opo.
Sino po at that time ang pumalit kay Yusek Mercado?
Yung pumalit po bilang hope ay si Yusek Mike Poa.
Yusek
Michael Poa.
Poa.
Opo, opo.
Is he connected to the Department of Education?
No more na.
I don't know. I mean, at that time, as
Yes, he is the Yusek. He is
because he was Yusek at that time.
Yes,
no?
yes, Your Honor.
Pero wala ho bang mga qualified employees or officials na pwedeng pumalit bilang head of the procuring entity? Because if I do understand that Yusek Michael Poa is also serving as the chief of staff of Vice President Sara Duterte.
Yes, Your Honor.
Would that be correct?
Yes, it is.
No, my
correct.
question is, wala na ho bang mga qualified officials na pwedeng pumalit as replacement of Yusek Mercado? Because it appears that Yusek Michael Poa is handpicked by the Vice President.
Yes po. At the time po, siya po yung pinili bilang head of the procuring entity. Siya po yung in-appoint bilang head of the procuring entity. Normally naman po, ganun po yung sistema. Usually, the secretary will appoint someone bilang hope. So, yun po siya po yung ina-appoint at that time.
Well, ang hindi ko lang po maintindihan, Madam Chair, bakit kailangan pa kumuha ng tao from the office of the Vice President that will replace?
I'm sorry. Yusek Poa is with the DepEd. Hindi po siya galing sa OVP. Sa DepEd po
With
talaga
DepEd,
siya. Opo,
right,
opo.
okay.
I'm sorry. Yun po.
So, that is already established, Madam Chair. And now, can we ask the explanation kung bakit doon sa rebidding, naging 1% na lang yung variance? Because the Filipino people deserves to know. Dahil pondo po ito ng taong bayan. Ang pondo po ito para pangbili po ng laptop and other ECLs. So, yun lang po yung aking kini-question
Yes, Your
dito.
Honor. Yes,
The
Your Honor.
possible irregularity, the graft and corruption that is so patent in this bidding. Sa madaling sabi po, Madam Chair, rig po yung bidding.
We will double check on that because ganun po yun nangyari. Nagkaroon ng rebidding, marami naman pong sumali at yun po yung naging resulta ng rebidding.
So, same bidders po ito, ano? Yung una, na-disqualified sila because sabi mo for various reasons. Number one doon, yung hindi nakapag-submit ng mga kumpletong dokumento, may mga aayusin. But then again, during the rebidding, sila pa rin ang sumali at nagkaroon ng maliit na lang na variance, no? Imagine from 24% to 1%. So, yun po ang gusto kong ipaabot, Madam Chair, with this procurement, with this DepEd computerization program, kung bakit ganun po ang nangyari. In fact, may problema talaga ho tayo sa procurement, no? And ang nagtataka ko, kaya nga ho kayo nag-create ng Undersecretary and Assistant Secretary for Procurement para po mapibilis ang pagbili ng mga laptops. But apparently, the record shows, Madam Chair, na sobra ang delay, ang baba ng utilization nyo sa pag-procure ng mga gagamitan. So para saan pa na maglagay ho tayo ng pondo kung hindi po nagagamit sa tama itong pera ng bayan?
If I may interrupt, I wish to manifest my concurrence to the observation of my esteemed colleagues, the Honorable Bongalion, the Honorable Garin, the Honorable Asidre, and even the Honorable Amatong. And I therefore respectfully invoke, Madam Chair, the oversight power of the Congress. Thus, this representation respectfully move for the issuance of subpoena duces tecum in order to require the office concerned to produce all the bidding documents 2022, 2023, 2024, including the acceptance of the end users. And I wish to know also the feedback of the teachers. Because I surmise na baka itong dineliver ninyong mga computer are not in good condition anymore. I wish to manifest as well, Madam Chair, that if we are able to establish findings based on the documents to be submitted to us, then I recommend that we initiate a separate investigation on this. So move, Madam Chair.
We hear a motion duly seconded from the members of this committee to issue a subpoena for all the documents. And by virtue of the oversight function of the committee, there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
Madam Chair, I just wish to manifest that the recommendation to conduct a separate investigation is in order not to compromise the budget process of the Department of Education under the new secretary, with whom I wish to express hope that we will be able to find ways to be able to address the delays and the irregularities which we have established through this budget briefing, Madam Chair. Thank you.